Welcome back. Joining me now is Jim Reed from Ziff Law Firm. All eyes here in New York were on Governor Cuomo yesterday as he gave his State of the State address, one of his proposals banning certain types of stretch limos. Now that could have a big impact on folks here in the Twin Tiers that enjoy, going for wine tours and things like that. So what's this all about? What are the details?
Well, what the details are is this flows from that horrible accident in the Albany area where 20 people were killed. And basically what Governor Cuomo is proposing, and understand these are just proposals. They come from the executive, from the governor. They still need to be drafted into laws by the legislature and then voted on by the legislature. But what he's proposing, and I think it's a good idea to take a good look at the limo industry, and what he's saying is these vehicles, many of which are of a type that may be unsafe, and in particular, the type that was in that Albany accident, that's what's referred to as a remanufactured limo. So what he's proposing is that we're going to ban remanufactured limos. Now, some remanufactured limos could be appropriately done. Other ones can be done kind of at a garage down the street where we don't know whether did they enhance the brakes, did they enhance the other systems in the vehicle. So what he's saying is, at least he's asking for a ban on all of these remanufactured ones. So it's not a ban on all limos. It's not a ban on, for instance, the Mercedes Sprinter buses. It's not a ban on all vehicles. It's a ban on certain types of vehicles. So that's important to keep in mind. The other thing that he's proposing, though, that I think is a really good idea is there currently is an exception in the seatbelt law for limos and buses and other kind of multi-person vehicles. And what he's proposing is that that exception be eliminated and that all vehicles of that type have seatbelts available. And it is kind of crazy. I mean, you get in a stretch limo, you're in there with 15 other people, and you look and there's absolutely no seatbelt available even if you wanted to use one. And that's just not a very safe situation. And so what he's proposing is that let's at least make seatbelts mandatory in these vehicles, and let's let them be available. And then the other thing that he's proposed, and there's kind of a slew of things about this, but it goes back to that Albany accident, is he wants an enhanced license it's a commercial driver's license with a special enhancement for a multi-person vehicle, so that these drivers of these vehicles would get more training and would be closer regulated. And then he has some other things he's requested in terms of annual inspections of these vehicles. So it's a whole slew of proposals. What the legislature will do with these things ultimately remains to be seen. But some of them certainly are good safety measures that should be at least looked at and considered.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and you can send your Law Talk submission to lawtalk@wetmtv.com. We'll be right back after this.